Tiffany, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I've been on a weight loss slash health and fitness journey for going on 3 years now. I started the beginning of January of 2020, and during that time, I ended up gaining 45 pounds instead of losing. And essentially, I was doing all the right things. I was exercising, cross-training, eating all the good stuff and a little bit of the bad. And so I talked to my doctor about it. We ran some tests, and it turned out that I have insulin resistance, which makes it harder for me to lose weight. So she prescribed a newer medication for me. It's called Mounjaro. And I'm here to tell y'all about my week 2 experience on the medication. Alright, so I took my second injection of the 2.5 milligrams Friday evening, the 18th of November, around 9 p.m. ish. I again took it at room temperature because I've heard that helps it to not hurt. Again, I felt zero pain, no discomfort, no anything. I couldn't even tell you right now, like, there's no mark or anything. I couldn't even show you where I injected myself. Alright, so I do have to be 100% honest with you all in terms of diet. And if you are new here, for me, diet is just what I put into my body. It's no specific, it's not low carb, it's not dairy free, it's not vegan, it's not anything crazy. I follow kind of like an 80-20 rule in terms of what I put into my body. I try to make 80% of good and healthy choices and 20% more fun foods. This is something that my doctor supports, and we both think it's sustainable for my lifestyle. But anyways, so my diet was definitely subpar, in terms of quality, not necessarily quantity. I could give you 1,000 excuses, but it really all just boiled down to, like, we were busy, we were on the go, and I didn't plan ahead. So we had fast food frequently. And then, of course, Thanksgiving was on Thursday. And for me, Thanksgiving will never be like a traditional day of eating. I mean, it's a holiday, and I'm okay with, like, loosening the reins on a holiday. Even when I'm eating, like, less healthy things, the appetite suppression is still there. It's not as strong as it was the first week. The first week I was really struggling to, like, force food into me because I wanted to eat nothing. Like, I had zero appetite at all. This week, well, like, I'm not necessarily like, oh my god, I'm hungry. When I feel the emptiness in my stomach, I am actually able to take things in, and a little bit more than what I was able to take in last week. So I definitely ate less than what I would normally eat. All that being said, I did have some of the GI issues this past week. However, I think it was probably, like, directly related to the things that I eat. Like, Taco Bell is always going to make my stomach upset. So can I blame all of the upset on Mounjaro? Definitely not. If I eat greasy things, it gives me reflux. So can I blame that on Mounjaro? Not totally. You know, like, I do think that some of the symptoms or side effects, some of the GI side effects, were definitely intensified by the medication, but I think that is probably things that I would have experienced anyways. This week, towards the beginning of the week, I did have, I wouldn't even say constipation because I was going, just not as much I know, it's TMI. Just not as much as normal. So I went back to taking my probiotic and trying to up my water because I don't feel like last week I drank enough water at all. Um, Part of that is it's gotten colder here, and it's always harder for me to drink water when it's cold for whatever reason. Um, all right, so moving right on into exercise. I had planned for this week not to really incorporate anything new in terms of exercise. I knew that my kids were going to be home for the whole week from school, and that definitely makes it more difficult for me to squeeze in extra exercises or make it to the gym. And then, of course, like Thanksgiving, it was just a busy week. So I did like 10 to 15 minutes of yoga just for movement every day. And I did end up making it to the gym one day. And I solely did cardio that day. I was having super bad anxiety. I have like social anxiety. And my oldest daughter had her soccer club was doing a watch party for the USA men's game against Wales in the World Cup. So they were hosting this at a very popular restaurant here in our hometown, and it was just me with the kids. And so just like downtown was like crazy busy because I mean we're moving towards the holidays, and then there was incidents with parking and just like so many people in a small area. So my anxiety was like through the roof, and no matter what I did, like I tried meditation, I tried like, okay, I just need some alone time. I couldn't really get the anxiety to completely go away. So once my husband got home and I had made dinner for them, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go to the gym and I'm going to try to like move the anxiety out of me. So I did. I went to the gym. I did like 25-30 minutes of cardio on an elliptical. Very light cardio. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. But it helped with the anxiety. And that's something that like I kind of let that habit of working out go when I got really frustrated with myself. I was frustrated with myself because I felt like I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do, and like I felt like I'm doing the right things and it's obviously not right for me, so why am I even doing it? And so I stopped going to the gym probably March or May earlier this year. So it's been a couple months since I had gone. And regardless of how the scale reflects, like working out for me is great for my mental health. And I lost sight of that. That's on me. But like that was a definite reminder that like I definitely need to get back to this because, it helps with the anxiety. It helps with, the seasonal depression. So yeah. So I did want to add in with the exercise that I feel like I'm experiencing more energy. I may have mentioned that last week as well. But it became very evident in that time when I did go to the gym. Like, mind you, this is like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Normally by this time, like I'm just completely done with the day. I have no energy left. My energy left me at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have been going on steam for the rest of the day. With the Mounjaro, that's not the case. I went to the gym, y'all, at 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. I did not take any pre-workout. Now, this is the first time that I have entered a gym in 3 years without taking some form of pre-workout prior. And I was able to work out for 25-30 minutes without any kind of supplemental energy. I'm like completely amazed because I'm telling you, like, that's the first time in 3 years. Since I started taking pre-workout regularly, that's the first time that I have walked into a gym and not had pre-workout in my system. So I, like, if anything, I'm grateful for the energy. All right, and now for everybody's favorite part of the video, the weight loss and the measurements. This is the tea, y'all. So I do want to give a disclaimer. I did weigh in on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I know. Anyways, that just happens to be, I chose to take my shots on Friday, so that has become my weigh-in day. Anyways, or my official weigh-in day. I do weigh in between those dates during the week. So I was 110% shocked when I stepped on the scale the day after Thanksgiving, and I weighed in at 190.6. That is 1 pound less than what I weighed last week. I did not expect that. I don't know that I have ever weighed less on a Friday after Thanksgiving in my entire life. So I was pretty proud of that. That brought me to a total of 4.2 pounds lost between the 2 weeks. And then I do measurements. I measure around my biceps, I measure my chest, my waist in the smallest part, and my stomach in the widest part, which is like my mama pouch. I've had children. If you have children, I bet you 100% know what I am talking about, and if not, you are lucky. Anyways, I also, I measure my hips, my glutes, and each one of my thighs in their widest area. This week, I lost a 1/4 inch from everywhere except my hips, my glutes, and my right thigh. So that put me at 1.5 inches lost for this week. And that brought me to a total of 7 inches lost in 2 weeks. So I think that that's doing pretty good. I know it's 4 pounds, but I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling better. Oddly enough, my clothes seem to be fitting better. And I think maybe it's like things that I haven't worn. I mean, like, we're having colder weather. I live in Texas. We don't have cold weather very often. So I think it's probably like I'm grabbing things that I haven't worn in a while. And I'm like, oh, like I expected it to be tight or not fitting very well. And I'm like, oh, hey, like this actually still fits. Like, I put on my favorite pair of jeans from last year, and because I am roughly 10-ish pounds heavier than I was last year, I did not expect them to fit at all. And they actually, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stretch in them, but they fit well and they looked good. So I was super surprised and beyond happy. Now, my other less stretchy jeans I have not tried on yet. I am hoping that they still fit as well once the time comes to wear those. But I'm a leggings girl, so if not, I'll just make some leggings work. But I think, I mean, I'll try to insert the graphs and whatnot throughout here as far as showing my pounds and my inches lost. And then I did want to say just some random side effects that I've noticed, and whether it's the medication or not, I don't know. I feel like it's making me break out, and I mean, you can see like that was huge on the side of my nose for like a whole week. I got some here, I think there. I typically do break out like around my chin hormonally. So that's not really new, but like up here and my nose and my cheeks, I don't typically break out as much on. And I noticed the uptick shortly after starting Mounjaro, so I don't know if it's related or is it because it's cold and like the atmosphere around me has changed, so it's changing my skin. And I did mention like I haven't been drinking enough water. Definitely trying to, so I mean that could definitely play a part in it as well. But I thought I would mention it just in case there's anybody out there who's also experiencing some extra breakouts and like, hey, is this because of the medication? And then it's a little bit TMI, but I feel like I have body odor. Even like I can take a shower and like an hour later, I feel like I smell. And it's not like my normal body, like, you know, like I work out, I sweat, I'm a bigger girl, like I'll stink at some point. It smells different, and I thought that it was because I had switched to a natural deodorant, but I had gotten to where like using the natural deodorant, like I hardly sweat at all, and I very rarely smell myself, and if I did smell myself, like it was like it wasn't stinky, it was just like a weird, like a not my natural odor smell, if that makes any sense at all. So I was like, okay, well maybe for whatever reason it stopped working, and so I used my husband's Old Spice deodorant to try to combat it, and it's the same. So I'm thinking maybe it's the medication, which would be weird, maybe. I don't know. So if you've made it this long and you are also taking Mounjaro and you have body odor as well, let me know down in the comments so I know that it's just not me stinking. And if you know anything to help fix it, let me know too, because I don't want to stink. Alright, y'all. So I think that is everything that I wanted to share with y'all for the week 2 of Mounjaro review. I hope that you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you are interested in my journey. It is just the beginning-ish. Beginning again. And I hope to see you around. Bye!